creating an intention to place into those spaces, and we'll find 3 full breath cycles, exhaling out the air and drawing a full breath in through the nose, filling up to the top of the crown, and then releasing tension. Exhale out of the mouth. Watching the rise and fall of your awareness and your energy. Inhale, full, expansive, 3-dimensional breath. And releasing into gravity. Feeling the muscles relax around your skeleton. And the biggest breath of your day right here. Full breath. Expansive, 360 degrees, filling the body, expanding your constrictions and letting them go as you exhale, letting your intention out into the world, a gift to be received back. From here, we're going to find some movement just to bring awareness to our neck and shoulder region. So tucking the chin down towards the chest. We're going to do some nice slow neck rolls. So the right ear is going to come to the right shoulder as you inhale. And at the top of the inhale, the head drops back. And then as you find your exhale, the left ear to the left shoulder, and the bottom of the exhale finds the chin at the chest. And going in your breath, your time, your peace, in your natural rhythm, your natural flow here. And there's a reason why they say take 3 deep breaths when you're stressed, or even 10. Bringing the oxygen into the body, helping to elevate awareness, elevate vibration, in a sense, getting you lifted. Some would say high. And then we'll find the other direction. So as we breathe and connect the motion of the body, we're drawing the breath into the awareness of sensation. We're creating union and connection, which is, for me at least, a big opposite of stress. My stress comes from feelings of and beliefs of being in solitude or isolation, of being alone in my journey, unable to find the supports like Julia and I were just speaking of, especially when we're in deep grief. So finding connection first within ourselves, and then maybe finding that space where we can ask for assistance or seek community through our yoga practice and showing up. Let's use the next exhale to allow the chin to rest towards the chest. And then from the base of the spine, take an inhale and draw that all the way up to the tip of the crown as the tip of the crown reaches for the sky above you. And then exhale, release the shoulders down the back body. I'm going to tap a little deeper into the shoulders. So binding the hands behind you. We're going to press the fingers towards the earth. This will create a gentle back bend, opening the heart. Keep the chin gently tucked here. Take a deep breath into the center of the chest. And then as you exhale, draw the navel into the spine and bring your fist, created by the 2 hands, to your left hip, or towards your left hip, so that right arm's behind the back body. And then the left ear can relax towards the left shoulder once more. And then we find this nice full sensation that maybe goes from the base of the ear all the way through that right shoulder, maybe all the way down into the elbow. One thing I will, suggest where you might be feeling this, but just because you might not be feeling sensation all the way down into the elbow or even at all, does not mean we should be seeking for such sensation. We'll just find the posture and relax into it. So if there's any postures you're like, I'm not feeling anything, then we're really finding subtle sensation, and we'll bring awareness to even the smallest vibration that's happening into the region that we're targeting. Find a few more deep breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale, drawing the hands back behind you. Let's draw the chin to the chest. And as you bring the hands to the right hip, the right ear comes to the right shoulder. And we'll find sensation through the left side. Maybe again, all the way down from the base of the left ear to the left elbow. Or maybe just in wherever you're feeling it. Use the muscles you need to keep an elevated, long spine here, up until the neck, and find softness where it's available. And breathe into the place your body's communicating to you. Sink into the silence. If the mind wanders or has busyness to it, bring the awareness on your intention and your breath without judgment, quieting the mind. And if the mind wanders, allow it to draw back to presence through, again, the breath and intention. And 3 more breaths here. And last inhale. And exhale. Let's release the hands, shaking them out in front of us, bringing blood back through the forearms, maybe shaking the arms overhead, just bringing some nice movements, whatever feels healthy and good for you and your shoulders. It doesn't need to be anything exacerbating or aggressive. Maybe draw circles with the wrists in one direction and then the other. Flicking the fingers out can be a nice exercise. Just releasing any energy that might not be yours. Coming back to presence. We'll release the hands out in front of us, finding tabletop pose. Here we are. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Tops of the feet can be on the earth, or if you'd like a soul stretch, tucking the toes under. And gentle cat-cows. Let's find 5 rounds, lifting sits bones and crown as you inhale, and tucking tail and chin as you exhale. Allowing the breath again to be the guide, creating that union, helping to remove any stress, any negativity from the body, especially from this spinal column, the central channel, connecting all wall of your temple. One more full around here. And out here. And then neutralizing the spine on the inhale. And surrendering the left palm into the earth. The right arm can reach up if you'd like as you inhale, finding a little twist. And then as you exhale, weaving right arm through. And right shoulder to the mat, right ear to the mat. The left arm can reach forward, it can reach behind. We want the knees under the hips so the hips don't jet out in one direction or the other. This might take a little bit of activation at the base of the spine to maintain this. And I want you to see if you can breathe directly into the back of that wing, the right shoulder blade, and underneath it. And bringing your intention in with each inhale and surrendering whatever stress might be lingering there. Whatever dis-ease might be holding within that region of your body. I invite your awareness to really dive into what is happening within the body, what is happening within the mind. We often, when we are experiencing discomfort or emotions we don't want to look at, will kind of float away from what the reality is within. So as much as I'm suggesting this for all of you, I'm inviting this in for myself as well. Deep inquiry, what is being held onto within my right shoulder blade? I'm finding 3 more breaths here. I'm drawing the left hand back underneath the left shoulder. We'll press into that palm to elevate the right arm. Giving a little shake to the right arm, maybe a couple rotations, one direction and the other. And as you're ready, grounding the right palm into the earth and changing sides. Left arm can reach up to the ceiling if you'd like, and then the weave happens as you exhale. Surrendering back down, the left shoulder, left ear to the mat. The right hand can find its space, whatever feels appropriate for you and your body. And we'll spend a couple minutes here, couple minutes in deep inquiry to the left shoulder blade through breath, through curiosity, allowing any sounds outside of your person to gently move through without judgment, drawing the mind back into your left shoulder and listening to that space in your body. And breathing, always breathing your gentle rhythm. Unlocking whatever's held on there with your next 3 breath cycles. Big breath in, soft breath out. Right hand underneath right shoulder and press into that right palm to elevate back up to tabletop. Maybe that left arm reaches up and finding any motions for that left shoulder here. And then as you're ready, gently bringing both hands to the earth, walking the knees out rather wide, maybe even a little wider than your mat, and allowing the butt to rest towards heels, the arms to reach forward, finding child's pose with wide knees. If you need to turn sideways on your mat, this could be of service for your knees, or before dropping in, find a blanket for underneath the knees. If the butt doesn't quite rest to the heels today, you can find a bolster or a few different pillows to rest onto. Placing your sits bones on the bolsters and pillows and then lying over. And just relaxing here. Giving space to your hips and getting soft through the shoulders. Allowing for the energy to move fluidly through without resistance. Just breathe into the back of the heart. Simply allowing each exhale to let go. We'll take one more full breath here in our straightforward child's pose. And then coming onto the fingertips, looking forward as you inhale, walking the hands over to the right side of your mats. And then allowing for softness once again. So keeping that left hip tucked back towards the left heel if it's touching or not, and breathing into the right side, left side body. The left rib cage, the left armpits, maybe even the left tricep. Wherever you're experiencing your sensations. Finding that presence. Finding what is real there for you in this moment. And 3 more breath cycles within this shape. And walking the hands back through center and adjusting them to the left side. Right hip crease towards right heel and settling in, relaxing where you can and breathing into the right side body. 2 minutes in this space. No, sorry, 60 seconds in this space. And your final 3 breaths on this side. And your next inhale can bring you all the way up to tabletop at center. And then we're gonna slowly make our way into a Sphinx pose, lowering the hips down, shoulders over elbows. We won't linger here for too long. I have something else in mind. We'll take some moments to breathe into the low spine. Maybe another 90 seconds. Maybe keeping the chest and crown elevated as we're not here for too long. Feeling the heart opening forward and the back body compressing. Noticing how the breath can create its own tension and its own expansions depending on the bend in the spine. And 3 intentional breath cycles here. And this will be a fun one. So we're going to really dive into the back of the heart. So maintaining this Sphinx pose, we'll find seal afterwards if you'd like. We're going to cross. So bring the left hand behind the right elbow and the right hand in front of the left elbow. This is our first space. Breathing into the back of the heart. And then as you would like to dive deeper, the right hand will crawl to the left and the left hand will crawl to the right. And this will be a crossing of the arms. And then maybe, with the palms face down, you can relax the head down. And then the breath, guide it with your awareness directly into the back of the heart. Notice if you've gone too far or haven't gone far enough. Should be a pretty real sensation back there. Allowing each breath to take any tension, any stress, and expand it on the inhale. And soften it on the exhale. Maybe allowing you to go a little deeper. If you need a block underneath the brow, that could be of service to you. Deeper inquiry goes from this back of the heart space in between the bicep and tricep, riding that connective tissue of the bone of the upper arm. allowing each breath to be full and expansive. Allowing the lower half of your body to be as resolved into stillness and as dissolved into relaxation as possible. And finding our last 3 breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale. I press into the elbows gently and kind of wiggle one way and then the other to draw the elbows back behind the hands. We're going to release the palms straight out in front of us. Send the elbows out wide and bring the palms to stack, resting the brow on the pillow of the palms. If this is not enough of a release of tension, the left ear can come to the mat and the arms can relax all the way out to the side. This might be a little bit more restorative for you. And bringing full relaxation to the back body. Bring awareness to the front body as it rests on the earth. Giving about a minute to restore and receive. One more full inhale. And a soft exhale. Drawing the hands out in front of the shoulders, pressing down to come up to your Sphinx pose once more. This time the right hand behind the left elbow, the left hand in front of the right. Taking an inhale here and then walking the left hand right and the right hand left and finding this space on the opposite side. Maybe noticing you're not able to go as deep or you're able to go deeper. Currently, my right deltoid has some intensity, so I'm not able to go as deep. Is it deltoid? Yeah, deltoid. But go to where is appropriate for your body in your honoring of that vessel. And then again, breathing into the back of the heart. Noticing how sensation works for you here. And how the breath can work for your union, for your healing, for your peace, for the return to self. Noticing if tension builds up in another place of the body, so we continue to cultivate holistic awareness. So maybe the jaw is clenching or The brow is furling, being in that witness self, and releasing where you can. And last 30 seconds, last 3 breath cycles. Then rolling one way and then the other to bring the elbows out to the sides, relaxing the right ear to the mat and the arms back behind you to fully relax and receive. Finding stillness and quietness for about a minute. And then drawing the hands out in front of the shoulders once more. We'll press up into Sphinx pose one more time. We'll spend another minute here. If you'd like to go deeper into seal pose, the hands can walk out a little bit wider than shoulder width distance, pressing into the palms, extending through the arms, reaching the crown up, maybe walking the hands in. Soft through the lower half of your body and deep compression into the kidneys, the back body, the low spine, as the pelvis presses into the earth. Breathe. One more full breath in and out. Slowly lower the brow back to the earth. Hands under shoulders. We'll press down, up, press down to come back up, relaxing the butt to the heels and the brow to the earth. The hands back behind you, again receiving in embryo pose. Just 3 breaths here. Bringing the hands back towards somewhere underneath the shoulders, pressing down to rise up. Lifting the hips up, cross the ankles, and the feet out in front. You might want to bring a lift to the sits bones. We'll dive a little bit into the hips here. Plenty of time to do so. So what I'm going to invite from you is the soles of the feet together. We'll dive into the inner thighs, or the outer knees, depending on how far away the feet are. This will also help to bring space to the back body. So finding a comfortable space for your sits bones onto the earth, finding lift through the heart as you inhale, and the exhale will allow the heart to melt forward. A block could be placed on the inner, or book or something, water bottle could be placed on the inner arches of the feet to rest your brow. I like to reach the arms as far forward as I can, turn the palms up, and then surrender. And then I like to invite my breath in through the nose, into the back of the heart, the back of the shoulder blades, the whole back body all the way down to the sits bones. And as I exhale, relaxation moves all the way up and out of my mouth. And you go as deep as you can, as is available to you by surrendering. Our strength comes from our defenselessness here, from our vulnerability in our postures, for the deep inquiry into what is being communicated through sensation from the wisdom of your body. Breathing. And while we're in a symmetrical posture, maybe noticing if one side is holding more tension than the other. Maybe the breath moves more easily into this space than that. Maybe this posture is pulling up more information than a previous one. We'll find another few breath cycles here. And then elevating back up as you find your next inhale, bringing the knees into the chest and giving yourself a little hug. Thanking the legs for all they do for you. Then walking the hands back behind you gently, walking the feet about hips width distance, and a gentle windshield wiper of the knees, left and right. And then walking the hands back in, extending the heels forward. Again, maybe having a lift through the sits bones. You could also roll up a blanket or place blocks underneath the knees here to add support. We're just forward folding in this linear space. So lifting through the crown, and then again, reaching the arms forward as you exhale, crawling them as far forward as is available, and then turning the palms up to give and receive, and then soften. There could also be a block for underneath, or a water bottle, or anything for underneath the brow. I love this shape particularly when I can find softness, because I can feel the tightness from my heel all the way up through my glutes and up the back body, the psoas, all the way to the top of my crown, down through my shoulders. and sometimes even into my elbow. This is particularly accented by surrender again. Softness is the sweetness to which we can draw upon our strength that dwells deep inside, that does not know stress, that does only know love. That can often be buried under the layers of the tension and the armor that we've placed upon ourselves. And through these yogic practices, through the breath work, we can disarmor ourselves. We can gently move into our true self, the place where we feel connection innately and always between our brothers and sisters, between the trees and all breathing creatures. Hashtag watch the new David Attenborough special on Netflix. It's amazing. Speaking of nature. Returning back to self. Let's find 3 more breaths here. Really filling up rather than those natural breaths. Allow the fullness of an inhale to expand through all your sensations. And then the emptiness of the exhale, the softness, the surrender. 2 more rounds. A nice full yang style breath. Inhale. Expand. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. And if you have a bolster, sweet, place it at the base of the spine along the lumbar here. If you don't, you're going to use your elbows for support. We're going to lay back into our fish pose, supported. Fish pose non-supported, if you don't have a block or anything, story is fine too. The L shape of the pointer finger and thumb is going to be right along the top of the butt where your butt meets the earth, and then the elbow drops, and then the other elbow drops. The head drops back. And if you're on the bolster, you just relax over it. If you have a block underneath the back of the heart, great. You could also use a second block behind the head for added support. We want the heart opening. We want the shoulders relaxing into gravity. We want expansiveness through the chest. We created a lot of space in the back body. Now is the opportunity to bring it into the front side body. And then I know we've done this pose before, but bringing this idea that we can breathe through our heart center, as it's the place where we learn the knowledge of giving and receiving. That sometimes challenging gesture of giving and receiving to self, that I deserve to receive love. I also deserve to give this love. And can I give that to myself? You've already begun to do so by showing up to your mats, by having the courage to come into a practice based on stillness. As you breathe through this heart center, maybe drawing upon the intention you set an hour ago, you can utilize any sounds, any resonant information your body has to share, as your unique sound will be the vibration for your unique healing. Giving yourself permission to notice and feel and respond to whatever might feel good for you in this moment. Letting softness and surrender be abundant in your body. About 5 more breaths here. And the last inhale. And a soft exhale. Rolling off onto one side of your body gently. And scooting your supports out of the way, coming back onto your back. Walking the soles of the feet into your glutes at hips width distance. So we've opened up the upper chest, the heart, a little bit down into the ribs, but now I want to bring us into a ground, more of a grounding. So with the feet resting and gently pressing into the earth with the gentle engagement of the pelvic floor, maybe a block or a stack of books available to you, we'll find supported bridge, lifting through the hips and placing on the flat part of your lumbar spine or under the flat part of your lumbar spine, your block, your supports. So the hips can be elevated to whichever height your block or books want to be, taking your time to find this for you. Shoulders can relax into the earth. I really want you to engage the feet on the earth. So you don't need to press strongly to lift the hips, but feel the feet on the earth. It could be a slight pressing of the soles down, or just a awareness from your mind to that connection. Maybe you're feeling nice and open through the hips and you want a little bit more, and you adjust the height of the block or books whenever it feels appropriate for you. Relaxing where you can. 5 more breath cycles with your engagement of the feet on the earth. That mindfulness, that connection. Then pressing into the feet again, lifting the hips up, lowering yourself all the way to the earth or onto the smallest denomination or level of your block. And then lifting the knees up over the hips and maybe extending the soles of the feet to the sky. If you have the wall real estate, you could move to legs up the wall, really helping to relax and anchor the spine into the earth. You could do this without the block or with, or just linger here in this inversion. So esoterically, we've brought this loving energy down to the feet, connection with the earth. Now we're allowing it to pour back through the entire body. Relaxing the arms and shoulders out wide. And relaxing into your space, into your breath once again. Feeling, feeling into the back of the heart on the earth, the space in the shoulder blades, the softness through the spine, the melting through the hips. Taking 3 more breaths here. And drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice loving hug of gratitude. You can roll onto one side, or you can return to your final resting pose as legs up the wall, or adjust yourself out away from your wall or with the block out from underneath the sacrum and extend yourself into Shavasana, your final rest, your sweet surrender. It is never too late to be true to yourself. It is never too late to forgive yourself. It is never too late to come home to yourself. It is never too late to be kind to yourself. Right now is still available, and sometimes right now is right on time. So being right here and right now, taking a deep breath in of forgiveness and of kindness, and exhale, relaxing and surrendering into the safety of your Shavasana, to the safety of this moment, to be at peace. And in your time and peace, returning to your space, returning with your breath, and returning home to yourself. And drawing your breath in through the nose and into fingertips and toes. Listening to the body as you reawaken to movements in ankles and wrists, and in a gentle way, a soft way, in a way that emulates a energy of surrender, making your way to a seat without rushing to get anywhere or be anything besides here and present. Feeling the quality within you. As the last little bit of sun begins to fade in towards our sunsets, inviting gratitude for another day. Maybe drawing the hands to heart center, bringing your intention back into your being. I send much love and gratitude to all of you for being here, for cultivating mindfulness, for being a part of my healing as I'm a part of yours. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May peace move and flow through and with you for the rest of your evening and beyond. The light in me sees and honors and loves the light in both and each of you. Namaste. Thank you.